Welcome back, guys, and today we're here with another Orzhov deck, except this time it's more of the archetype deck. It's the life gain deck, and it's called Shite Gain because I really didn't like it at the start, but I don't know, there's a trap I feel you can fall into with this deck, which I'll go on to in a second, but it's kind of like, you basically use the allies to just drain them for one life a turn. That's kind of how it whole, and then just kind of wear away at them like bug bites and stuff. But I'll show you the trap. I think the trap in this deck is that you might just think this card's an auto-include, but in the end I've just ended up taking mine out. Vampiric Rites, not a fan of it. I've tried with it, I've played with it loads while deck building with this thing, but it's just, at the end of the day, I mean, there's not a single creature here we're happy to lose. So if we are sacking creatures, granted we are drawing a card from it, but I mean it's not winning us the game. It's not an advantage, if you know what I mean. If it was evolutionary leap, it might be, because creatures are kind of where this deck needs to be. And the life gain's pretty irrelevant. Like, one life by itself is not going to do anything. It's one life at the end of the day. But the whole point of gaining life in this deck is for cards like Bloodborne Vampire. This card, most importantly, this is a home run hitter in this deck. And Serene Steward. And just one life, I mean, if you don't have one of these out, it's just an enchantment which you can sack a creature which you don't have. And I really didn't like it. In the end, I ended up putting in the Shadows of the Past in the place, and the Shadows of the Past is still as good as it ever was. The Lifedrain is more relevant than on my Orzhov control deck. I have won matches just by draining them that way. And the Scry is obviously better there, so it's even, I mean, it's almost a similar thing if you think about the Vampiric Rites. Granted, you don't sack a creature, but you scry instead of draw a card, obviously. But then you say on the same front, you don't need to pay mana for it. And that was another thing. I found the deck was tapping out every turn, so they were still languishing me, and I wasn't holding mana up because I was playing threats. This deck's not like a late game deck, so you have to kind of keep up with your opponent. And the draining comes into play as well. So it's a similar card in a way, but I prefer Shadows, and I think Vampiric Rites is. I'm probably going to get laughed at by some, but on the same thing, I'm just not a fan of it. And then apart from that, I mean, everything else is fairly standard, just a lot of life gain. This card's really nice. A nice little combat trick right there. Especially if you've got something that bent, like one of the +1/+1 counter guys. You can really blow some people out some combat steps. And then the main thing is the enchantments. We have all three Retreat to Hagras because of the drain ability. And all three Retreat to Emirias because it makes allies and it can buff your side. Most likely just making it an ally though, because that obviously gels pretty well with pretty much the build around card, Celestial Healer. And then yeah, so it's fairly Tragic Arrogance is in here because you need a board wipe. Just this deck's not like really fast, so if you are coming up against a fast deck, you're not going to be able to stabilize without a board wipe. So we run Tragic Arrogance because hey, let's just keep one of our creatures, and if they're slamming big like Eldrazi and stuff like that, and then you probably is going to lose the game either way. But I don't know, maybe they swing in, you can let them keep the tapped creature, and then you can get that last point of damage through or something like that. But as it stands, I mean, to be honest, Liliana should always leave the deck as well now that we don't have Vampiric Rites, but hey, she's got life gain, so I guess she sort of fits. And well, I guess there's one more card which we can talk about. I'm spending longer than I was planning on here, but I don't know, justifying and all that. Defiant Bloodlord's terrible. I actually took him out for a 25th land, the Rogue's Passage in this deck. I run one of Rogue's Passage just because I don't know, if you've got a really big creature from Serene Steward, or perhaps you can make Gideon unblockable, or just say this guy's got out of hand. None of them have got trample. This thing lets them get in, and so I run 25 land, obviously because of all the landfall things as well. But I'll talk about the shitty vampire as I search for a match, just to save some time. But yeah, so I mean, Defiant Bloodlord's terrible. Like, compare him to the other 7-drops. He's a 7-drop rare creature. That generally says win the game. That's Gaia Revenge. Gaia's Revenge, 7 mana, wins game. But he does not. I mean, unless you have lifelink creatures, he's not doing anything the turn he hits the field. And he's a 4/5 for 7, which is blatantly average. I mean, if you had lifelink, yes, every day, but he doesn't, and that's kind of why he's out. I think with him, that's when you need to run cards like Ondu's Rising, which is that 2-mana sorcery that gives you entire board lifelink. That's where he belongs. I don't run that because I think that's kind of win more on this deck. We don't really like there's nothing. There's no Felidar Sovereign. There's nothing to really benefit from gaining a shit ton of life bar Defiant Bloodlord. So that's why they're not in my deck. 3-land hand, Shadow of the Past, Blood Curse Knight, Retreat. I guess I can keep. Not too happy having a Rogue's Passage here. I'm not opener, but hey, this would have been a Defiant Bloodlord, which means his hand wouldn't have been a keep. So that's kind of justified already. So we're playing blue. Probably just going to counterspell something. There's a 4-cost creature. So like this is another good thing about having Rogue's Passage in here. I don't feel bad about, you know, like right now I don't have double black for the Bloodborne Vampire, but this would have been a Defiant Bloodlord, so I'm not too concerned about having it in my hand. It's kind of a bonus at the minute. Perilous Mirror does match up well with Blood Curse Knight, but in the same vein we do have a Tandem Tactics if we really need to go down that route. And there's a 4th lander, that's good. Granted it's not black, but hey ho. Get shadows out there. Like right now, let's just compare what cards would have been. That would have been a turn 1 Vampiric Rites with no creatures. We'll just, I don't know. This is, as you can see, this deck is still very much in testing. But I've been having a lot of fun with it, either way. Managing to put, I think I put 5 +1/+1 counters. With 1, oh god, what the hell is this deck? Blue, red, black, aggro, it looks. Giving his own creature haste is pretty nice right there. That's a big hit, but Blood Curse Knight hopefully can hold off the fort. Maybe make some allies with Retreat to Emeria. Yeah. That was a big hit though. Not a black source, but hey. I mean, even if we do make the trade or he kills our creature, we do get to scry at the very least. And I mean, I'm almost tempted to trade because that thing could slam a really fat Eldrazi. Like, I don't know, I could go make a Nettledrone with haste or something right now. I don't know why Nettledrone was the first thing that came to my mind. Okay, I don't even know what that card is. I know it does something good though. Does target creature can't block. Well, if he does use that one, then we can hit him for 4 and gain 4 life. Probably just bumps this guy though, that's what I'd do. Yep, makes a Perilous Missile. Well, I don't know about that. You hit me for 6, but I'm gaining 2 straight back. Oh shit, it's Evolving Wilds, I'm terrible. Oh god, that hurts. I like this guy's deck though, just from what I've seen from it so far. I'd say Retreat to Valakut is the worst retreat. But it's +4 right there. Granted it was within Evolving Wilds. Any landfall trigger is good within Evolving Wilds. I'm not too out of it yet, I've got life gain in hand. See, that makes no sense to me. Well, I mean, you kind of want me to block there. Because then I'll lose my creature, you hit me for 3 either way instead of me gaining 4 on the way back. Unfortunately, you couldn't have played tapped. Oh, I wish there's some tapped creatures. Like this turn, we just slam Retreat to Emeria, and then we don't have a landfall that trigger that turn, but we do. We're on 14. I don't think he can kill us from 14. He'd need like a second Evolving Wilds plus give something haste. And he can just make our creature unblockable, so I mean we're attacking either way this turn. And then we have to Shambling Vents, I guess. That gains me life as well. And then I guess the turn after we can start making our little 1/1s. Or we can activate Shambling Vents and we can maybe get Tandem Tactics to surprise them. 14 is relatively comfortable. I know how much damage this thing can chuck out. You could, I don't know. Now he's got 5 mana available. That's a, what's it called? I can't even think. Okay, he doesn't give anything haste. I was going to say he could give the Kozilek thingy haste. It's fine with me. Down to 8. I mean, right now I'm not in a bad situation. I could slam a Bloodborne Vampire, get a +1/+1 counter, but then you can just make it unblockable and we go down to a low life total. I think the safest play right now is to just retreat to Emiria. And then, well, we've got 5 mana. Bloodbond becomes a 4/4, most likely, unless he kills this thing. I'm almost feeling retreat to try and take over the game. Although if we wait one more turn on Bloodbond, we can even keep up Tandem Tactics on the same turn. So I think I'm going to just retreat this turn and then go back up to 12. I don't think you can kill me from 12. Flash to Dust, never mind. I might have to... Probably actually... Well, I'll get to Scry here. What do we find? Land, don't... What's second black? We've got double black now, so... Do we just keep up Shambling Vents? Plus... nothing, because... yeah. Well, we could Shambling Vents plus Tandem Tactics to gain 3 life and kill his Forerunner of Slaughter. I think that's the play. See if he attacks. Maybe we can scare him off attacking. Granted, if he has a second Flesh Dust, we could be in trouble. But I need to kind of gain some life here. That gains me 5 life and hopefully kills his Forerunner of Slaughter. Well, there's the haste. So that's 6, 7. If he has a land drop, that's 9. But we gain 5 and kill his creature. We're holding on. I don't think we can hold on much longer though. Hopefully we can bait him into attack here. Perilous Mer as well, pings us for 2, eventually. There's the land. Good, he doesn't target the Forerunner, so we can take that thing out this turn. One last card in hand. But I don't think we can have enough life here to stabilize. See if you can get him to attack. We can't. Have to make sure this taps right. Yes. I mean, Nettle can ping us for 1 a couple times, or Forerunner, but Forerunner can give haste. So I think Forerunner has to go here. Big hit though, but we get to Scry as well. Tandem Tactics life gain stays on top right here. I'm going to play out my land first. Okay, so we have 6 land. We could Shambling Vents, hit him for 3, gain another 5, that would take us up to 12. We're letting him play off the top though. Alternatively, we could Bloodbond to keep up Tandem Tactics. But then at the same time, you can just make a guy unblockable, we go down quite a bit. But I think right now the play is Bloodbond. Keep up Tandem Tactics. If he makes it unblockable and he has lethal, then we can just buff a guy for no reason, even if he does make it blockable. Even if he makes it so we can't block. But I don't think I mean, he's playing off the top, and we are not. Eventually we can overtake this game. Fortunately, he hits the land that turn. I like his deck though, we'll say that. I've said that a couple times now. So I mean, we're gonna save this Tandem Tactics in case he tries to... Well, if he has a Touch to the Void, we're dead either way. Okay. I'm not going to do anything here, because I can make my Shambling Vent a creature, attack in, Tandem Vents, gain 5 life again. That would take me up to 8. He'd hit me back down to say he pumps his guy, it's 5, 6, down to 2. But I don't know. We don't have too many options. Sitting back to block isn't really going to work. I think we have to go for it. Because it's a sizable chunk out of his life as well. Because obviously Bloodborne gets bigger as well. And then it's 8 damage. We go back up to 8. He's down to 8. Rogue's Passage is unblockable next turn as well. Gotta keep that in mind. I mean, obviously he's still on 8 life, so that's not exactly gonna be enough. But this is a close game. Retreat to Hagra is gonna drain us if he has land in hand. If he's got land in hand, this is the turn to play it. There's no point sandbagging here. You've got 2 enchantments that benefit from it. Shambling Vents is saving my ass right here. I'd lost this game 10 turns ago. It's 5-5. So I mean, he has to have something back. Otherwise, Shambling Vents just retreat. No, it doesn't save us. There's the land. Is that us dead? I mean, if I'm him though, you almost have to keep something back. Like, in case I have another buff spell, or I'd rip a second one here. Oh shit, he gains a life as well. I knew that. I've got that card in my deck. So we go down to 1 here. And then, no, you can't pump the Nettle. He's playing off the top, so we basically need to kill him this next turn. Because we go down to 1, and then we can hit him back for 7, taking him down to 2. So if we draw Tandem Tactics off the top, we win. Hell, if we draw some sort of life gain of some sort, we win as well. I don't know. I really don't know how this is going to turn out. He's leaving the Mer back, that's probably smart. Tragic Arrogance doesn't save us now. Well, we can make him keep the Mer. And then land, okay. Bloodborne Vampire. We just keep up the Shambling Vents. Because he can't kill us this next turn before combat. Unless he draws something to burn his own Mer out, because this thing only drains 1 if he draws a land. And then if he draws a creature, this can only ping us for 1. So I mean, we have to leave Shambling Vents back here, and we can't attack. So I guess we just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 land. I mean, we might as well play it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can't play Shambling Bloodborne Vampire and leave up the Shambling Vent. Or can we? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't count. We can, I think. And it taps my Shambling Vent. You know, I even messed around with a couple of the tapping triggers there, because it was highlighting it, and I miscounted and thought that it was leaving my... But now I can't win because he just attacks him with a Mer. So I mean, just end the game here. But the Shambling Vent, obviously it's always highlighted with the orange around it, and I miscounted. I thought I had a third one on bottom. Nah. So I mean, let's see what he drew off. Hopefully he shows us what he drew off the top. And hopefully it killed us, I don't feel too bad. It was a land, what does that do for us? Well, actually that kills us either way, because he gets the death trigger and then he can ping us for 1, so I don't know what I was talking about before. Yeah. Although he doesn't see that. So we would have lost either way because he could have. Although that's still a bad misplay, but what he would have done is he could have drained us for 1 off this, and then pinged our last life total with the nettle drone. And trying to think this through here, we couldn't have attacked in with the shambling vents to gain 2 life, because then he just blocks with them. Yeah, because he just blocks with them. We don't gain any life, and he pings us to the face at last damage. So that game was still unwinnable, even though we messed around with the triggers there. So I don't feel too bad now, knowing that that game was still lost. It was a good game though, I enjoyed that. A lot of life gain saved me there, but in the end I just couldn't. I mean, another option would have been to... Because I mean, I had the retreat to Emiri in hand. That would have given me... The +1 was irrelevant there, because he had a Mer. And the making an ally is kind of not going to save me, because... Like I said, he just rips a land. So yeah, I mean, there was really not too many ways out of that. I needed to rip into another tandem tactics. Well, you know, it was a good game. Can't win them all. And I'm sure I play this guy loads. I feel like I recognise his name. I'm on the play. Hopefully we get a better hand. We didn't see a lot of the main players, i.e. Drana's Emissary. Here she is. Sounds still not great. We don't have one of our 2 drops. But you know, you can't ask for everything in life. I mean, we get to go Drana's Emissary, Lantern Scout, hit him for 2. I mean, obviously removal. I mean, to be honest, this is probably one of my favourite cards from the set. I really like. It's like Blood Artist. One of my favourite things. Looks like we're playing green though, so probably just going to see a turn for Acid Moss, which I'm actually prepared for. Which means I'll have to save the second black source, so that if he does nuke our black, we're fine. But Evolutionary Leap I don't mind seeing, considering he's got no creatures. Okay, we've got plenty of black now, so it really doesn't matter. Okay, let's start draining them here on the next turn, and then hopefully we can win this. Obviously a Reef Soldier says no, complete disregard. No, it's not complete disregard, I can't remember the cards. Hey, he's been red as well, never mind, so that's Jund. Probably just going to be Jund big stuff, and that's a Twin Bolt. Fair enough, and now we're kind of in a bad situation, because we only have a Lantern Scout. Here's the second one. Nothing changes here, we just play this Drana Emissary and pretend we're a turn behind now. It's really sick when you have multiple of these guys out in the field and they stick around, because you can almost like forget about blocking, in the sense that you're gaining so much life and dealing so much damage to them. They can't really get too much out of it. There's a Visionary, you could just Fiery Impulse here, but I'm fine with that. I think it tapped badly for him as well, so he couldn't keep the Evolutionary Leap up. But I mean, I guess it's not too big of a deal. 5 land. Ooh, that's a good card to draw. That's a really good card here, because we get to go. Do we just play out for any board wipes? I mean, if he has Languish, we lose. Or do we just go for it? Well, to be honest, if he doesn't have Languish, we lose, because his creatures are going to outmuscle ours. So I think we just go for it. If we lose this game, it's my call, but at the end of the day, there's 2 Languish in his deck. What are the chances of in a stun hand? Plus, even if even if he does have it, we would probably just because we have to play creatures out, because a 2/2 in the air, he's not going to Languish for that, and then eventually he's just going to be slamming his Geyser Avengers. So we just need to hope he doesn't have to turn 4 Languish with the black source as well. I see a lot of this these days, turn 4 Languish. If he doesn't though, he's in relatively bad shape. Okay, he doesn't have the black source, good. Read the bones, he's losing more life, that's really good for us. I think it screwed him over on the mana as well, and that he's got his red source up. No, it didn't. Good. I'd hate for him to fall for that twice. But he's down to 12, 10. He's going to go down to a minimum of 9 here. Because 2-2 gets in, the 1-2 most likely gets in, and then ooh, second round is Emercy. Yeah, like I said, we're balls in right now. Drains for more, we get lifelink, so we're going to be on like 50 life right now. Going to start holding lands as well because we have no reason to play them now, and any landfall triggers. Got to keep that in mind. It's a block I was expecting. I mean, like I said, does he have the black source? What does he get for this? Guy's Revenge. I'm not too worried about that considering I'm on 30 life. And then he's dead next turn if he doesn't have an answer, pretty much. He goes down to 2 just from the flyers. We know one of his 8 cards in hand is Guy's Revenge. 9 cards in hand, my bad. I'm sure he would have languished last turn if he had it. So, and he would have played a black source most likely. Okay, he doesn't have it, but he can get it now. So we need to kill him this next turn. Which I don't think we can do. We can get him very close. There it is. Okay, so he does have Languish. But he doesn't have the mana to play this turn. Radiant Flames! That works. That really does work. There's our 5 creatures. So we can start draining them. I know I played the land out there, but that was probably a misplay. I don't know why I did that. But 4 turn clock, we can drain him. Most likely he's not going to have any life gain. Easily could have a reclamation stage though. And Guy's Revenge, we can definitely kill him, and if he's hypothetically he slams Guy's Revenge and that's it, then I don't know. Alright, let's watch. That's 4 damage a turn. You can summon a Guy's Revenge next turn now by sacrificing some Scions. Instead he gets a Visionary. I'm absolutely 100% fine with that. Evolving Wilds does nothing here. I think that was a misplay on his half. I don't think he meant to sack a Scion. I'm not sure though. But we're draining him for 2 a turn. He's on a 4 turn clock. Trimiria. Not going to play that. Honestly, I'm just looking for any of my stuff that just directly pings him for 1 or flying damage right now. But I mean, Tragic Arrogance if things just get out of hand on his board and we can just keep draining away. So I don't feel bad right now. As long as he doesn't have a Reclamation Stage, we can win this game. Is this thing really just a 1-1 that makes 2 tokens? For 4 mana, that's pretty poor, I think. Unless you're building a token deck anyway. That's probably good. There's an actual undraw. Okay. We're going to be clocked pretty badly here. Doesn't do anything for us. Gets a Rogue's Passage, which doesn't do anything for us. He hits 3 lands there, I'd like to point out, ladies and gentlemen. And he hit a Tandem Tactics, which wasn't doing anything good. Liliana doesn't do anything. I mean, there's no point playing it. My entire game plan right now is ping him down. When he slams Guy's Revenge, probably take a turn after Tragic Arrogance and make him keep a 1-1. Because the Guy's Revenge is coming this turn, we know that. We take a big chunk out of a life. 8, 13, 15 damage. But looking at when you're on 30 life, 15 doesn't look like too much. He gets to sack it and make a bunch more creatures. I mean to get a bunch more creatures. But I really think we can drain him out here. As long as he doesn't find a Reclamation Sage. And there's no point Because I mean, I almost don't want him to use that evolutionary leap. But eventually he's going to drain on, realise he needs a reclamation sage. And great, he taps out another creature. So that's one less. He's got one chance now off the evolutionary leap to find the reclamation sage this turn. Unless we find something to drain out this turn. Recruit the Harrogate. I would love to take the time off to play you. 3 mana actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we can't. Tragic Arrogance 8. Yeah, we have to Tragic Arrogance now. You can keep your eyeless. Okay, I'll keep that. You can keep that. You can keep your eyeless watcher in case you got like a reclamation. And he missed. Does he not get? Oh wow, he even missed a trigger out of that. I should have made him keep the blister pod. That was a misplay. Although we do get 4 square triggers here. Not gonna win us the game. Not gonna win us the game. Do we take a turn off to cast that though? Not really, because it's just gonna give us the same amount of damage. I'm literally looking for that 2 mana guy. Don't find a reclamation sage. Please. Come on, that last game was heartbreaking. Don't make it 2 heartbreaking games. I'm begging you. To be honest, I probably should have been keeping all this land on top, but I still wouldn't have had 10 lands yet. So I guess it really doesn't matter. I would have been on. I'm still on 6, and I've scryed 3 to the bottom, so that would have been 9. So, like this coming turn, it would be 9. So even then, it hasn't turned the clock. It hasn't changed the clock. Desolation Twin, we're dead. Celestial Healer is the card I needed, but if I'd kept the land on top, I could have won this. And that's the brutal fact of the matter. Because I would have been able to cast him. No, he only gains me 1, so I still would have lost. Never mind. I don't even know what I'm digging for right now, but you found it. You found the Eldrazi. Because we have to play Lily as a blocker now instead of as a win condition. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I mean, think. You're not going to be able to have a chance to drain him. You're not going to kill his creatures. That's the thing. But you need to play a chump blocker. You could play a Recruit to Emiria, and then make the 1/1, and then play Lily. That gives us 2 chump blockers. Hope we can survive. I don't know. We can take 1 hit from a 10/10. Just can't take both. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need to make sure this leaves up double black, which it does. Play land. Make sure we make the core. We play Lily. So then this turn we chump down 1 of the 10s. He can't attack all out, otherwise he loses next turn. Because we can survive this turn now as long as he doesn't have removal. If he has the Radiant Flames, we lose. Has a Languish, we lose. He has so many cards we could lose, but at this point it's irrelevant. This gives us the best chance to win. Because he just say he has nothing in hand. I know he's got 6 cards there, but just say nothing useful. Then we can chump this one of these 10/10s, go down to 3, and kill him on the backswing. He has a Languish, never mind. Although I do think we live this turn. We do. That's what am I looking for? Evolving Words. Retreat to Hagra. Play that. Two Lifedrain triggers. Probably our best bet. Okay, so we're on 7 lands, I remember that. Retreat to Hagra would take us down to 4. Evolving Words, if it didn't come into play tapped, we'd win. If we had 1 more land, we would have won this game. So it's all my fault we lost this one, but valuable lesson. I still think we can win if we hit a land here. I'm not sure. Because retreat to hag, no, retreat to hag only drained for 1. I was, okay, I had the twin ball either way. So yeah, I lost that myself by not keeping lands on top, I think. Oh, hang on, let's think that through. I'm gonna think this has been a very stressful episode. If we'd had a land, we could have played Celestial Healer and drained him for 2, which might. I think I lost that game by not keeping land on top. It's probably my own fault. I don't know what I was doing there. That was painful. But 2 close matches and we still didn't get the gold, so sorry that we're not buying a pack. I apologise, but I'm sorry about my misplays this episode, but you can't live them all, I'm afraid, so that's why it's called Shite Game. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.